Tony LaFair, the Belmont winner, on the outside stall. He's 7-2. They're at the post. They're off in the Molson Export Million, and Cheery Knight is sent right to the front. Peteski on the outside. Kissing Chris is in between horses. Down on the inside is Truth of It All. In between horses is Sea Hero, then Colonial Affair as they run into the clubhouse turn, and Cheery Knight is dictating the early pace. Peteski just off his flank in second. Truth of It All saves ground into the turn, as does Sea Hero. Kissin' Chris is in between horses. Colonial Affair, and 3.5 lengths covers them as they run to the three-quarter pole, and it is Cheery Knight. Cheery Knight leads it by just over length. Peteski just to the outside in second, and Truth of It All is third. That's Colonial Affair on the outside fourth, 3.5 lengths off the lead. Then the Derby winner, Sea Hero, on the inside, back 4.5 lengths off the lead, and Kissin' Chris is now the trailer. Half a mile was in 47-4. They come to the half-mile pole. Cheery Knight leads it by a neck, and Peteski is drawing alongside. Truth of It All is third. Colonial Affair 4 lengths off the lead. Sea Hero is down on the rail and currently fifth. Then Kissin' Chris, and Peteski takes over from Cheery Knight off 3/4 and 11-2. They come to the quarter pole. Peteski on the outside by half a length. Cheery Knight is second. Truth of It All third. Sea Hero to the inside fourth. They're at the top of the stretch, and Peteski leads it by 2. Cheery Knight is second. Sea Hero asks for his best by Jerry Bailey, and Kissin' Chris is fourth, but Peteski is long gone. It's Peteski by 5. Cheery Knight is very game at the rail, and the Derby winner is third, and Peteski, an eye-catching victory in the Molson Export Million. Cheery Knight, unbelievable. A great race by him. He was second. He beat the Derby winner. Sea Hero was third, then Kissin' Chris, Truth of It All, and Colonial Affair was sixth. Well, I guess he's for real, Ron and Jim. 149-1. He beat the Derby winner. He beat the Belmont Stakes winner, the Haskell winner. Congratulations to Earl Mack and Roger Attfield and Craig Perrette.
Dan, a sweep for Roger Attfield as the conditioner, as you say. 23-4 in the first quarter, Jim. It wasn't blistering fast for Cheery Knight taking it out, but then it did get quick. 11-2 at 3/4. 1-2, Peteski and Cheery Knight ahead of the Derby winner.
Well, this horse, the Derby winner, was a victim of pace. Nothing to take away from Peteski, because he did run a tactically beautiful race, let his stablemate go out and set a slow pace and lulled everyone to sleep. But after they went the opening half in 47-4, they picked it up in the middle pretty good with a 23-3 and then a 25 second, fourth quarter, and they came home in 12-4. That's excellent. That matches the time of Dan Smartley. And of course, tactics were everything. And when you go slow early, the horses at the back, particularly Kissin' Chris, is very vulnerable. And of course, we're looking now at the Peteski after it's all wrapped up. But this was very much like the Breeders' Stakes that we'd seen here. This race was over at the half-mile pole because Peteski already had a jump because of his tactical speed. And it should be mentioned, as we see the head-on coming out of the gate here, as Don Seymour puts Cheery Knight on the lead and slowed the pace down, that don't forget these top two horses were getting considerable weight because of these unique allowance conditions of this race, and Cheery Knight carried only 117 pounds. And here we see Craig Perrette. This must be a great thrill, because this horse arguably now is the best 3-year-old in all of America. Some others may want him to go and prove it in the United States, but as we said earlier, the way he had trained, you could have knocked me over with a feather if he hadn't performed a race of this magnitude. And you're so right. The only point that is fair with that weight allowance, he should go and prove it in the United States, and of course will be given that opportunity. Another great exactor for Roger Attfield. We've seen these being happening on a regular basis, and of course a great reaction there from Craig Perrette. But a huge overlay on some of the other horses around the country. I'm sure it'd be great to see the simulcast payoffs at the other locales. About the other horses that are in behind, I give them excuses. Sea Hero ran a good race, a victim of pace. Kissin' Chris, a victim of pace. Colonial Affair, as Danny mentioned on the first turn, they were all within 3.5 lengths. If you watched any of the best races that these horses have run, they were always strung out and running at a strong pace. So they were a victim of pace and a victim of weight. 149-1 is 1.1 second off the track record set by Glorious Son, Frank Stronach's horse.
which carried 125. She did on July 1st, 1981. Craig Perret's had a odd season here in Toronto, but he comes through again with a great performance. Terry, down to you.
Thanks very much, Craig Perret. What a horse, what a ride.
Yeah, it was very thrilling today. I mean, he answered a lot of questions. He was always in doubt just being with state breds, but he proved today he belongs with the best of them.
You know, you plotted your course so carefully, it seemed to me, just laying off Cheery Knight. He established the pace. Take it from that point.
You know, he was good and relaxed. I was comfortable where I was at. I knew when I'd call on him, he'd give me a big run. I got inside the half-mile pole, and I still seen there was no challengers yet. I got to the middle of the turn, I peeked over my right shoulder, and I didn't see Hero coming yet. And I got to the quarter pole, I said I knew it was over, because as soon as I just moved on him, he was gone. And he's just a good horse. I mean, you know, we was kind of in doubt in a lot of things, but now he answered all of it's answered today.
He certainly has. He's a great horse. Dan Kenny?
Well, Roger Attfield has won 3 Triple Crowns, now a quadruple crown. And Roger, you were pretty confident all week that this horse could get the job done in this country. Any surprise at how he performed?
Well, that's Peteski, right? I mean, that's how we've seen him run all year. This was a bigger field of horses, better field of horses. But I felt if he ran his race that he could handle it, and that's why we were there. And thank God for Peteski, and he did it. You know.
Roger, you looked a bit tense before the race. It's unusual for a trainer of your stature to have an owner overrule you about something as vital as the shoeing. Was there a bit of tension there?
I was a little concerned about it because it was something foreign to me, and you know, I knew how Peteski had been running all year on the shoes that he'd been running on, and so I hate messing with something that's not broken, you know. And but I got a lot of advice about it, and everyone said don't worry, but I was worried a little bit, but it didn't bother him, did it?
Well, Roger, on to the winner's circle, and enjoy another celebrated victory. Brian Williams, Roger Attfield will set records that will never be broken.
Thank you.
Roger Attfield is in line right after this on a very, very big day for Canadian racing. Peteski winning the 6th Molson Export Million.